school board meeting? Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
I call the meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I will read the mission statement for the Dilworth-Clinton-Felton School District. In partnership with the communities, the mission of the Dilworth-Clinton-Felton School District is to educate individuals in an environment of trust and respect so they become self-directed, responsible, lifelong learners. Roll call. We've got all board members present, along with Mr. Hunstead, and we've got as well. All right, the agenda has been presented. Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda, or do you want to talk about it first? We have just one change to the agenda that was sent out.
Actually, two changes. Yep. Two changes to the agenda. One under board committee reports, we'll have C will be the wellness committee. And then also we have 9.5 was added at the end of the board meeting. We need to go into closed session for a attorney-client privilege discussion. So that was added this afternoon. So.
Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda as revised? Motion by Brittany. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Troy. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, we're going to do roll call today because Nicole is via telephone or video here. So I'll start with Nicole.
Aye.
Laura. Aye. David. Aye. Brittany.
Aye.
Micah.
Aye.
Angela.
Aye.
Motion passes. All right, on to number 5, public comments and role recognition.
I've got a few. From Brittany, just a big thank you to Ashley Randall, the first grade teacher, for organizing the gifts from the Heart Fundraiser. It took a lot of organization and communication with staff, students, and families. She did a great job. Students raised $3,572 for the art room and supplies for it. So thank you, Ashley, for all your work on that. Another one I had is from Tracy. We appreciate the DGF custodial crew for their unwavering commitment to keeping our facilities clean throughout the year. Your tireless efforts never go unnoticed, and we're truly grateful for all that you do. A special thank you goes out to you and all your hard work during the DGF Winter Blast basketball tournament. Your time and energy are deeply appreciated. Thank you, Tracy. And then also wrestlers. Our wrestlers, we have 6 that qualified to go to state. So this Friday they'll be wrestling down at the state tournament. And then we had a bunch of other kids to place. Academic all-state, I think the team was silver.
Yeah.
I think, or something like that.
385.
385.
Something like that.
So congratulations to them. Anything else, Micah, with the wrestling on that from, yeah?
It's a long season. It's, some of them get to eat now, some of them still don't.
True.
It's the way it is.
Yeah, it's true. So good luck to them.
Any other rebel recognition?
There was a speech meet on Saturday, but I don't recall how DGF did.
Well, it was a big speech meet. It was up in Bemidji. Yeah, I mean, there's several people that made it. Those big speech meets, you get a lot of bigger schools there too. So several made it to honor finals. I'm sure some made it to finals. I guess I didn't hear about that, but yeah, some really good performers, and speech season's just kind of getting warmed up.
I got a couple. I know there's lots of like national whatever day, but I think last week was bus drivers.
It was.
So thank you to them. It's not an easy job. It's not a thankless job, but we appreciate you. And then thank you to teachers and parents and staff and families for coming to conferences, because I think that's important to get people in the building, and it's a long night for teachers and staff, so thank you to everyone who showed up.
Yeah,
Seemed like attendance was excellent,
it was,
which
yeah.
is great.
For sure.
One last shout out, I just want to give a shout out to Chase Johansson and the maintenance crew for helping us on all of the projects we have around the facility. Certainly had some challenges. So, kudos to them for being so on top of things.
And the women's girls basketball team took the conference.
Yes, yes, so congratulations, yes, that's true. And they have a bye in their first round, or they'll play on Saturday here, so we'll host Saturday. Yep, yeah, thank you, Angela.
Really, a lot of good things going on. So, any other relevant recognition? All right, we'll go on to reports. We'll start with board committee reports, facilities, transportation committee. I don't know who wants to take
We
that.
met after the meeting last time, the last meeting, and we mainly discussed the open AD transportation director position. So we had that first candidate rescind and talked about a potential second, and then if that didn't work out, we would open it again. And I think that's
That's where we're at,
and
yeah.
that's where we're at. We also talked just briefly about the outdoor classroom and how they're getting some people in line to plant and who's doing what. I think that was just the beginning phases.
Yep, still working through that. We have people that are interested in helping, it's just trying to align who that is exactly, so, yep.
And I think that was it. Is anything?
Any questions for Rick? Good, okay, we'll go on to the DLT committee, and I think we'll probably lean on Shannon for this.
Yeah, no, it's fine, and I apologize, Nicole, because I sent it, I was thinking, because Brittany was on it before, so I apologize. Yeah, district leadership team met last Thursday. Mr. O'Keefe presented to him. The meeting before, we had a lot of questions about our PSEO in college and the schools program and what that looks like. We have some of our teachers teaching college credit, some of it they take outside, and some are take it online. So the previous meeting had a lot of questions about that, so we switched and had Mr. O'Keefe, our high school principal, address all those questions on Thursday. Very good discussion. Our students, it's so nice to have them there because they give us a lot of input. And then all the questions that the parents had were part of that group. Mr. O'Keefe and Ms. Oman too, Katie was here, so they were able to answer all of that. So it was just kind of nice to follow up, I guess, in the second meeting with all those questions. So yeah, very, very well done. Our next meeting, it will be middle school, so we'll be discussing the middle school and options for them. So, yeah. Questions?
Any questions for
What
Shannon?
is the next deal?
It's on a Thursday and it's next month, it's March, I'm gonna say 20-something-ish. It's always the third, I think it's the third Thursday. So I'm sorry I don't have that. But, got a little time. And Nicole, make sure you're on that list.
Got it.
All right, so we'll go on to, report on the wellness committee and go to Angela.
Yeah, so it was my first meeting, a really great group of folks that attend that meeting 4 times a year. What I was super excited about is the student participation. So we had 4 really great students that brought a lot of really great ideas and, brought some items forward that they wanted to address within the school. It's always super fun to see that engagement. They were all sophomores. Conversation around whether or not there's an opportunity to bring in other age kids as well. They provided a really great update on the RISE program, which is super exciting to hear, and the success of the dance that they hosted. And then had a lot of really good conversations around the success of our food program and how great of a job we do as a school providing really healthy lunches to our kids. Overall, it was a really good meeting.
RISE program.
Rise program.
Apparently it's working, but I don't know.
Any questions?
Any questions for Angela? All right, we'll go on to 6.2, the superintendent.
Yeah, I guess the first item on there is March 10th. The March 10th meeting is the one where I'll be in St. Paul. And, no, I think Brittany too said she's out on the 10th, is that right? So I don't know what you guys want to do. I won't be back until the morning of the 12th. So we've had meetings in the past where the superintendent isn't here. If you want to stay on schedule, that's up to you. I just want to make sure you guys are aware that I will be in St. Paul on March 10th. So it'll be a decision I guess you guys have to make. I can get you a report still, like, you know, that you can read or go through if you need, whatever you want from me. So you can just carry on, but that's a decision I guess you guys will have to decide, so. Which is our next meeting, yeah. So, anyway, next one on there, I just have Lakes Country update. I was down there last Wednesday. We talked a lot about, there was a lot of legislative talk. MASA, Deb Hinton, the director, was there. Kirk Schneiderwin from MSBA was also present at that meeting, talking about a lot of bills that are being introduced at the state level. If you recall, I think I shared the letter about the finance and hopefully being able to have some freedom as a school board. We talked about that there, so we shared it with Lakes Country and all the superintendents that we discussed it with there. We will be sending it as a whole Lakes Country Service Cooperative, that same letter, and then all the superintendents have signed off on it. So hopefully it'll have a little bit more influence on our legislators. That it doesn't have to be forever, right? The legislation is asking for the next 2 bienniums, so through 2029, to have that freedom to move funds. Marcus and I are working on it right now to see what kind of impact that can have on us and what we can shift and move and still take care of our programs. So anyway, some things to talk about, I guess. So.
Was there anything on the LOR legislation?
LOR is still on MSBA's platform. It's also on MASA's. So there hasn't been a lot of talk about it yet, but they feel confident that that will be something that they're hoping that can get brought up. The other thing we talked about, I just lost my train of thought. Sorry. No, it's okay. It's okay. Just talking about contracts coming up. So we all have a shared document, so we can start looking at what other districts in the region are doing as they start to have teacher negotiations. We also talked about our non-certified. I mean, just kind of, so there's a nice shared document, so we can all look at how everybody else is doing, how we're doing compared to that. And the reason that got brought up is obviously we're gonna have some negotiations coming up, but districts in Lakes Country have had to go to mediation. And what happens when the mediator looks at all the information, your budget, how much money you have in the bank, or you're on unassigned fund balance, he said the superintendents that have gone through this said the number one factor is what your neighbors did. So if Barnesville, Hawley, Detroit Lakes settle for a big settlement and we go into arbitration mediation, the mediator will look and say, well, what are your neighbors doing? More so than what do you have in the bank? So interesting.
Yeah.
So that's what we said. It's very important for us to all have an idea of what we're doing because we could be affected by it. So if that makes sense, that was another conversation that took place. It's just nice to know though, because we want to make sure that we're serving our community and our teachers and our non-certified correctly. How do we compare in the region? We want to be competitive. So on that side of it too, it's nice for us to kind of know where we fit. So anyway, those were the 2 biggest topics for the day. So, anyway, and then Capitol visit, and that's coming up here on March 10th and 11th. I'll be at the Capitol. I think I shared that before too, and that's why I won't be here for the March 10th board meeting. We'll be down there meeting with senators and representatives regarding this legislation. So, questions for me?
Questions for Shannon? We'll go on to number 7.1. This is a motion to approve the special meeting on February 10th, 2025. Do I have a motion? Motion by Laura.
Second.
Second. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, we'll do a roll call vote. Nicole?
Aye.
Laura? David? Aye. Brittany?
Aye.
Micah? Angela?
Aye.
7.2, this is a motion to approve the regular meeting on February 10th, 2025. Do I have a motion? Motion by Micah. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Laura. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I will do a roll call vote. Nicole?
Aye.
Aye. Laura? David? Aye. Brittany?
Aye.
Micah? Angela? Motion passes. All right, we'll go on to number 8. This is the consent. This motion to approve the consent agenda. The agenda approve the bills for February 2025 in the amount of
$276,561.31.
Treasurer's monthly budget report. This is in your packet, sent out to you. And then also to approve the resignation of Katie Reynolds, elementary teacher, effective the end of the 2024-2025 school year. Approve the resignation of Lindsay Van Dyke, elementary teacher, effective the end of the 2024-2025 school year. And approve the resignation of Wayne Lepard, principal, effective June 30th, 2025. Do I have a motion? Motion by Micah. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Troy. Any questions or discussion on the consent agenda?
What grades did Reynolds and Van Dyke teach?
First grade, both of them. Yep, both first grade. Yep.
Any other questions or discussion? Hearing none, we'll do a roll call vote. Nicole?
Aye.
Laura? David? Aye. Brittany?
Aye.
Micah? Angela? Consent agenda passes. Okay, on to new and unfinished business. 9.1, this is to approve the approve the first reading of the following policies. 524.5, personal electronic communication devices. 530, immunization requirements. 531, the Pledge of Allegiance. 532, use of peace officers and crisis teams to remove students with IEPs from school grounds. 533, wellness. 534, school meals. 535, service animals in school. 535, service animals in schools form. 540, homeless education. 601, school district curriculum and instructional goals. 602, organization of the school calendar and school day. 701, establishment and adoption of school district budget. Do I have a motion? Motion by Angela. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Micah. Any questions or discussion?
Just know that we will have our policy committee meeting after our board meeting tonight, so we'll be discussing all of these. And then remember, we have 2 weeks to discuss or whatever for our second reading next board meeting. Okay.
David,
Yep.
I did send Brooke and Shannon an email in regards to 532, section B, the third paragraph. There's some verbiage I think that needs to be changed in regards to the charging portion of it, but I couldn't remember who was all on policy, so I sent it to Shannon and Brooke.
Yeah, and we did get it, and so Brooke has made the changes on there, so we'll discuss it tonight. Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah,
great.
thank you, Nicole.
Yep. That's very much, thank you. Any other questions or discussions? Hearing none, we'll do a roll call vote. Nicole?
Aye.
Troy? Aye. Laura? David? Aye. Brittany?
Aye.
Micah? Angela? Motion passes. 9.2, this is to approve the non-certified contract for Jada Perswat, paraprofessional class 2, step 1, effective February 19th, 2025. Do I have a motion? Motion by Brittany. Laura, you want a second? Laura seconds. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, we'll do a roll call vote. Nicole?
Aye.
Troy? Aye. Laura? Aye. David? Aye. Brittany?
Aye.
Micah? Angela? Motion passes. 9.3, this is a motion to approve the non-certified contract for Jennifer Stickney, paraprofessional, class 2, step 5, effective March 3rd, 2025. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Brittany. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Troy. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, we'll do a roll call vote. Cole?
Aye.
Joy? Laura? David, aye. Brittany?
Aye.
Micah? Angela? Motion passes. On to number 9.4. This is to approve the 2024-2025 American Indian Plan Compliance Documentation as presented. Do I have a motion? Motion by Micah. Do I have a second? Second by Brittany. Any questions or
Did
discussion?
we get this?
Yep, and so we have, and maybe one of you is here tonight, and so we need to have the signature from the parent advisory group through John Dumars. We do have the form because we also need a signature from the board chair.
Sure.
So we do have it. It's in my bag actually, because I didn't get it to you. Yeah, I got it over there today. But we also need to have the parent advisory group, they need a signature on it too before it's official. So we do need a board, I think it's the board chair's signature, not the clerk, so. So we do have it, we just need to go through it and then it has to have signatures on it, so.
Is this something that the whole, like, committee put together, or is this something?
No,
we
this is an
do
annual thing with that
annually?
grant. So the
Okay.
grant that we get through the Department of Ed for the
It's just
American
an
Indian
updated
Studies. Yep,
yearly.
and then you have to go through it again. So John is our liaison here at the school, so, yep, and has a parents group and students he meets with, so, yep.
Any other questions or discussion? Hearing none, we'll go to roll call. Nicole?
Aye.
Lloyd? Aye. Laura? David? Aye. Brittany?
Aye.
Micah? Angela? Motion passes. On to 9.5. This is to approve, motion to approve entering into a closed session to discuss pending litigation under the auspices of policy 205, open and closed meetings under Minnesota statute 13E.05 subdivision 3B. Do I have a motion? Motion by Laura. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Angela. Any questions or discussion? And I'll just say this is looking at, potential settlement for part of this case. So that's what we're be going under closed session. Any other questions or discussion? Hearing none, we'll go to roll call. Nicole?
Aye.
Aye. Laura? David? Aye. Brittany?
Aye.
Micah? Angela?
Aye.
Motion passes. We will go into closed session. We'll just go into the
We're gonna go into the Rebel store,
Rebel store.
because I have to get a hold of John Markert, our lawyer, so.
Do we just leave this?
We have to leave and go into that
Yeah.
room.
Yeah, but leave the recording and
Yep,
stuff?
John will edit out silence, I think.
Yep,
Yeah.
because we have to come back eventually to adjourn the meeting.
And just so public knows, the only two items we have left on this is we'd like to go over the next board meeting, budget committee, and then when the budget committee meetings next, and then adjourn. So you're certainly welcome to stay around, but just let you know what was left on the agenda. So, all right. Yes.
Just curious. This is that couple things. One, did John or Kent ask you guys to sign that today? Okay, so do you want to sign it tonight now, or do you want to have, because I have it here.
I have some questions,
Okay, so,
whenever you have.
yeah,
Do what you gotta do.
yeah, and I have a policy meeting after this one. But I'd love to meet with you, so when can we do it? I won't be able to tonight because we have this, and then I have a policy after that, but I would be more than happy to meet with you. So do you want to just work with John and I can get a schedule with him to meet with you guys?
Yes,
Is that okay?
yes,
Okay.
because I don't feel comfortable signing
Yeah,
it
no,
at this
and you
time.
don't have to.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to until we have a meeting if that's,
Okay.
for sure.
Okay.
Okay.
I appreciate that, Shannon.
Yeah, because we can table this and do it next month, whenever, so we can have that discussion. Okay? Thank you, appreciate it. Well, there it is.
Come on out, sir. So come on out, sir. Did I already miss the whole thing? Did I already miss the whole thing already?
Yeah.
Sorry. It's up to me.
Schedule a meeting. I didn't sign it.
Okay.
I said that I wanted to discuss with him more things. Half the people on board didn't even know what he was talking about when he brought it up. So he said he can't meet up tonight. He said, but I reached out to Trista Ayers, and she is the assistant director. Assistant director of the education through White Earth. And she is actually getting in contact with the American Indian Education at FDE. Just to kind of see, because apparently there was another school that had contacted her.
I think so. I had that.
Things that,
Funds take deal.
yeah, they can't do that.
And I've been thinking the whole time about I would tell George that.
Right, and that's why I'm going to go about it the correct way, through Minnesota Department of Education, through Indian, the Indian Ed program, and just, find the right steps to take to make sure that, we have everything that we need to prove to them, like, this can't be withheld.
Yeah. Though, one other question, I didn't talk to him about it, because it's not something you guys should probably try to figure out either, is, so that when they give you the printout of what you spent for budget-wise and everything, and then when they have my salary on it, they also have the benefits, and I don't know if the benefits are coming out of this fund as well.
So we have to write down questions, because that's a huge thing, because like I said, if your salary is coming out of there, then your position is strictly Indian education. It can't have any other position. So that, we have to iron that piece out. So is this freeze effective because of the kids? So technically it'd be for the kids from next year. So the funding is always in the line. So we are currently running on
Last year's
so that-
student count.
Yep, so that's what technically why they can't freeze it, because they've already gotten the money. So, and then going forward, now, we wanna adjust accordingly. So more kids. So then that would affect our numbers going forward. But if none of our kids were disenrolled, then there's the thing, so that still doesn't affect us. It affects their bottom line, doesn't affect the program. Does that make sense?
But then, finding out exactly what those numbers are, I think that's kind of the hard part, because
So basically knowing when I know the figures, so for straight up 20 kids, you get $40,000. It's $500 per head, I guess. And then, for 20 kids, it's straight up $40,000. And then it's $500 per head on top of that. So based on, we got 57,000.
Yep.
So based on that, we have 4,700 kids that are.
does that sound about right?
It's close, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like 60 last year, and then I think October this year, it was around like 53.
So that makes me question, because, so the funds that we got for this year would have been for technically 2 years ago. Technically 2 years ago, we were 47.
Yeah.
So we don't have. So then that'll dictate next year's. But yeah,
I kind of understood that part.
yeah, we had to iron out our numbers and see if they changed. Because if they didn't change, then we can't pay them. Bottom line, they can't free.
So my other question is, now this paperwork that we need to turn in, is there a deadline? Or is it,
On this concurrence?
and he wants to have a meeting next month?
Yeah.
Okay, so what,
Technically, they call a special meeting. Which,
think that there's gonna be a lot of questions, I'll be honest, just like they tell you, like, I don't know, I don't know the answer, like, I didn't do this program, I know nothing about this program, I feel like it's just gonna be a lot of, I don't knows. And so if we wait till next month to have a meeting and we ask all these questions and they are gonna want, oh, well, it's gonna get pushed out another month, and then all of a sudden the school year is over, and what happened? We got nothing done.
Yeah.
Program the way it is right now, there's too many questions. Assignment components. And what we've put together is good, okay, so far, but we're having to sift through it. Copy and paste, that's all it was, wasn't like specifically made for our needs, if that makes sense. The other question that I have is, so they can submit it in a form to actually keep, so money from years before, they can submit it and keep that. Yeah, they did send, so.
The number?
So
I think they've done that.
they've done that, so if they're not using it for the program.
Sure. Go ahead.
There wasn't anybody specified saying, hey, these are any of that monies that they need to stay. You know, to get education type stuff.
14031.
So they pay Susan.
Okay, now what time is it gonna go on? Tuesday morning is good for me. Wednesday morning, the afternoon is shot.
Yeah. Tribal politics, school board politics. It's.
April 11th, Smith. April 11th, Wednesday morning. Okay, that's good.
Please, and I go.
That works for me.
Like, this is the position also, like, Krista. Like, you're doing, don't do this, like, it's like, we have to find a common ground and not just piss people off.
Yeah.
We don't want to havoc.
Oh,
Yeah.
April
Well, that's the thing, I think, like, there's gonna be bumps until we get,
Okay,
we
yes,
get how
very good. Thank you.
figured out and figured
I
out.
mean, until we get a program going. You know, it's there, we just gotta kind of.
Skeleton, like,
I know.
very much is. But, you know, there's pros and cons to that. We can tweak it and create it to be something great.
I really appreciate you guys coming and helping. You guys are my crutches.
Well, and that's, Rachel had said that, asking anybody else if they were coming. Said they were actually, Rachel touch base with some other people too. So, this, we gotta start something. And there was a part of me that just wanted, it's a Monday.
I know.
And then when Rachel started texting and I'm like, it's been a long day. But you know what? Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to make things better. Things you don't wanna do.
So what are they doing right now?
They're having a private meeting to talk about two things that they cannot discuss with us.
you here for a particular issue?
Not really an issue, just order of business that they had that we just need clarification on.
What?
That we need clarification on, an order of business that they had. So.
Okay. Well, I live in the district, and I've been in the district for a long time, but never been to a school board meeting here.
Okay.
So I thought, well, you know, I'll come over to listen to the school board, so. But you have an issue you want to, or something to clarify, huh?
Yep.
Might I ask what it is?
Just the stuff on American Indian education.
American Indian education?
Our program that we're kind of starting.
Oh, they don't do that now, probably, do they?
Well, they've had it for about 2-3 years now, and we're trying to keep it going. So.
And they're not wanting to keep it going?
We're just figuring out like places for everybody and everything. So, and
Are they pretty good at listening?
yeah, they've been so far. Just
How about doing?
Listening and doing is
anything about
different.
it?
in a roundabout way, yeah.
Okay.
It just takes some nudging and
That's imagine.
bringing in some reinforcements and
Sure.
Yeah. and then maybe maybe some papers put in front of them where it's gonna be like, okay, we got to do it, so let's go.
Is there a large, fairly large population of Indian people in the district?
Not quite. I think we're right around 5% of the district is
Pretty good.
yeah. It's not bad for a school that's enrolling about 1,700 kids. About 60, 50 is
Oh, really?
Native American students. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's worth it.
Yeah, and it's it's becoming like more common and more kind of mandatory for Minnesota school districts to have this program and to fund aid for Native American students to get through school and high school and off to college. So
Yeah.
it's kind of what the goal is.
Wow.
So now, have you ever been a part of it at all, or
No.
no?
I have 5 children, and I was living in Moorhead, and they all went to the Moorhead school. And then I moved out to a 15-acre farmstead in the district, okay? And that was, 20-some odd years ago. And I thought, I'm in the district, maybe I should come over here and listen, see what the school board does.
Yeah.
This is my first time at this school board. So I don't know what's going on. And they didn't give me anything to read. They didn't give us an agenda.
No,
And they should.
right?
Don't you think they should give us an
Well,
agenda?
he was talking about how everybody else had it,
I know.
but it
Is it
wasn't.
all on, is it online?
I don't know.
I can't remember if it's in the newsletter or not. I don't think
Well,
so. I think
I'm
there's
gonna
a,
ask them if they'll provide it in the meeting.
don't.
Are you wanting a physical copy?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm old. I don't do.
Because I know they email out the agenda that's printed right there, they email that out to
Yeah,
the district employees and stuff, so.
Put it online and nothing else. I
Yeah.
print it off,
Yep.
I can't read stuff on a cell phone, for God's sake.
Well, this is our first attendance to a school board meeting, and my kid's been going here since kindergarten.
Is that right?
Yes.
Oh, it's about time then, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
I missed it all today, but this is my first one with this school board here. These are
Do you live in the
new
district?
board members, yep. Live in Delaware. I've been working here about 6 years, this is year 7.
Okay, but you've never spoken to them about Indian education, huh?
The superintendent, back and forth, this school year, so.
Who was in charge of the program before?
Mr. Wayne Lepard.
Oh, so it wasn't even,
Yeah,
Is he-
Shannon's just getting it now.
is he, he's not even an adult member, he doesn't.
Yeah,
Like, he just-
yeah, they're not. They're,
So the programs are kind of put under administrators that don't have
they don't have to say a word.
a lot on the plate, really, yeah. So Kent had no say saying, here, you're gonna take the keys to the Indian Ed program. Because Lepard had it, Lepard was over here, and then when we transferred schools, put all the little kids over there and all big kids here, Lepard went over there, and then when we started this program, like, I was working here and Lepard was over there. So then they figured, okay, well, Kent's here, so instead of me bouncing back and forth or whatever, just, you know, have Kent do it so that we can communicate, and then Shannon moves over there, but, I don't have a say.
Well, how many people are you talking about?
For,
Or Indian people that live in the district?
total with families and everything, I'm not sure, I would guesstimate around 200.
200?
Yeah.
That's significant.
Yeah.
And are there other groups, minority groups of any kind in the district? Mostly white, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the majority. I forgot the numbers on the demographic. There's a stat sheet for Minnesota Department of Education that is, you can go on there and look, and you can click on it. Gives you a nice little pie chart of, you know, these are, you know, your Caucasian kids, your African American, your American
You know,
Indian.
one African American, 2 Hispanics,
It is something about those numbers, but,
a couple of hundred Native American people.
yeah.
Yeah. So you're gonna be the only one in terms of minority groups, you'd be the only one.
We're probably one of the larger groups, yes.
There are not enough Hispanics or African Americans to really make a noise, are there?
Well, yeah, probably not to make a big noise, but maybe big enough. If they had a group together and everything, I've talked about it as well with some of the people in the school at Lakeville. I love a multicultural group, not just just a Native American one, just an African American one. Just get all kinds of people that want to get together and share. I know Moorhead does it with, they have a whole day over there that's, what the heck is it, Intercontinental Day or something like that, where they freaking have all day in the gym. They got music, food, you know, sharing pictures, yeah, all of their ethnic background, you know, traditions and everything. They do a day like that over there at Moorhead.
But
Someday we'll do something like that.
Too, you know,
Sure, very
lots
big
of
school district.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But they really don't have a whole lot of minority group people in Moorhead. I mean, there's not a lot. They're mainly Norwegians and Swedes.
Yep, that is the vast majority of the population and where we're at, so.
Yeah. Well, I'm part of that, you know.
Mhm.
But I was on the Moorhead School Board for 6 years.
Okay.
No minority group people ever came to the school board. We couldn't get anybody to come we couldn't get anybody to run for school board, hardly, you know.
Yeah,
So, I'm glad to see you here.
it's not a very glamorous position, I don't think.
Yeah. Wow. Well, now you gotta run for school board.
John, you're moving on up.
I'm years away from even thinking about that.
Well, I mean, it's not a big, you can see the people up here, these are ordinary people, you know.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I like working directly with kids. That's where my impact is.
Yeah.
They can make business
yeah, I
decisions.
know.
It is different.
Well, I raised 5 kids. I got 8 grandkids and 8 great-grandkids. I'm 84, so I've got a lot of kids and grandkids and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have any of your grandkids or great-grandkids in this district
No.
that go to school here?
No, they're Twin Cities.
Oh, they're all done.
Yeah, they moved out of here. No, none of them live in the Moorhead, Fargo area. Most of them live in Twin Cities. Got one in Georgia. And one in Washington, D.C. That's a grandkid. I guess that's about it. Wow.
So have you learned anything new tonight, listening to these?
No, they didn't give us anything new tonight. It's just standard stuff, you know, it's just stuff that you have to bring it to them and put it in front of them and then shake them a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
And they'll listen. I And I think they'll pay attention.
I think they will too. We just got, I mean, yeah, we're just kind of scattered around with what we're doing with it too. Once we get the puzzle put together and put it in front of them, then I think we're definitely gonna see eye to eye and
I'll give you some advice, sit in front,
to the front.
so they can see you. So, yeah, sit in front.
I don't disagree with you at all. I think that's where I would have felt sometime.
Yeah. People, groups like that, deal with people who come to them and make a little noise. You gotta ask them, you gotta tell them what you want, and ask them to do it. Otherwise, they don't know, they don't do a survey or anything, They have to react to what people want, and you are people, and you have a want, and you need to tell them.
Squeaky wheel gets the grease, huh?
Pardon?
Squeaky wheel gets the grease.
That's exactly right, it always does. Sometimes the squeaky wheel gets replaced. but-
That's not what I'm hoping for, man.
No.
You can tell I've been squeaky wheel sometimes.
I'd rather that be from the era where they fix things instead of replacing them.
Well, now they're in there making decisions and we can't even hear, they can't talk about it,
Yeah.
I thought these meetings were like public with
Well, they are
everything.
public, but they can go into executive session, and there are things that sensitive, they have to report out what decisions are made, but the decision process, in some cases, they need to do that, and it's legal. They wouldn't do it if it wasn't legal, so.
Yeah.
I would get them, that's okay.
And then that's why I was wondering when I walked in here, I said, is this an open meeting? Because are there some meetings that they hold, they're closed meetings?
Well, they have to tell you that beforehand,
Okay.
and you can go online and find out when the meeting is here,
It's in their agenda that this, right after the Indian Ed thing, it was gonna be a closed session, so I'm sure that's why. They had to put it in the meeting, agenda just so that everybody knows that they weren't gonna be in here for a minute.
So far, most of the meeting is closed. And then the more people that you bring here, sit and just be here, the more impact it is. You notice, they're all white, they're all young, relatively speaking, They ran for the office and they won an election. In some cases, they were the only ones running for the election,
Yeah.
So,
Not beating down the door for this position.
pardon?
So they're not beating down the door for this position.
No. Having been on school board, nobody appreciates favorite one group instead of another one.
Right.
You're gonna get whacked, and
You can't make everybody happy, I think, in that
sometimes
position.
you can't make anybody happy in the house. You have to just kind of do what needs to be done.
Yep.
Well, we have minority groups now that we never had before. Morehead is almost 100% white, There's no need
I don't
to
wanna just go asking anybody in the building.
Well, they're, Rachel, what is,
There wasn't, but there.
how big is the Native American program in Moorhead? She's on the, she was on the board?
Kind of.
What board?
I'm the more Indian education board.
Yeah, they have a parent committee that they have that oversees that program, and that's kind of what we're trying to build here too.
We're all kind of learning.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, get in there, learn it, then you make waves,
So was there anything you were bringing to the table, or were you just coming to listen?
I just came to listen. All my kids, my youngest is 32, and they all graduated from Moorhead. And then I moved out to the farmstead, you know. And I've been meaning to come over here and just see what's going on. I've been on school board in Moorhead, so I pretty much know what they do. But I wanted them to see me also and know that there's a whole person here that is watching them, you know.
Do you know any of the people on the board at all? No, okay.
No.
I only know some of them,
Well, they have,
teachers.
yeah. Well, these people have to live in the district, you know. So they have telephones you can call and bend their ear. Nobody does that. When I was on the school board, nobody called me. Nobody came to the meetings. I mean, we could have spent the whole budget on alcohol and you know, nobody would have known the difference.
Right.
Maybe not on alcohol, but we, you know.
Right.
The point is that nobody pays any attention. So you do the best you can, but you need somebody that has an issue to come and talk to you and get it resolved.
Does it feel like these meetings are just like you go through the motions, like there's really, like you just,
Pretty much, yeah. What they decide, you don't have much choice, you know. The laws of the state of Minnesota says you gotta do this and this, this and this, and they have to follow the laws. And then the decisions, most of them are just kind of common sense things, you know. And they'll go through, you know, but they don't think about our indigenous peoples or anybody's different. They don't think about them. Nobody comes and complains about it or talks to them. They don't know. I mean, what are they going to know? You know, there aren't enough of you to get votes to get somebody on the school board. If you got together, organize, you know, you might be able to get somebody on the school board. Maybe, you know, that'd be one way to get attention. But I think your being here is what's important.
Yeah, I agree.
I kind of scared them, I think, when I first showed up.
they're like, who's this
I think I
guy?
scared them just a bit. Well, they never, nobody ever comes to school board meetings.
Yeah.
I'm the only one here. He showed up and I think they were wondering, you know, what the hell is this guy here for? You
Right.
know?
What's going on?
But I kind of put them at ease and said, well, I'm old and I'm in the district. I just like to see what's happening. And so like, they kind of relax. An old white guy, you know, so I'm, you know, at least 17, so.
No problem there, huh?
No problem there, no. No.
Their legs gotta be getting tired in there pretty soon. None of them have a chair in there. Starting to sway. On that piece of paper that we signed in when we came in, it asked if we had something to discuss with the board. And so Rachel, before we got here, was pointing out the questions that she had, so I was like, you might wanna put a yes there. And she didn't put anything on hers either.
Yeah, I just.
But she
Just wanna go back.
sat over there with the piece of paper, and I wasn't sure, like, at what point in time do you interject yourself, like, to discuss something or ask questions? I don't know. I've never done this before.
If I were just coming and not on the agenda for it, I would honestly just sit back here until, you know, like asked, if they asked, you know, when they talked about American Indian and stuff, like, do you have anything to add or concerns to bring up or whatever? And then I think we would probably ask questions, but unless we go to the board and say, hey, we want to come to the next meeting, we want to talk about, you know, the state of Indian education and our program and stuff like that, we have questions. But I think we need to talk to Hunstead for sure on what, you know, plan is.
Well,
have to have an agenda or whatever.
well, and that was the thing when he's like, does anybody have anything to discuss? When David was asking, like, he's looking at the people sitting up next to him. I wasn't sure if that included us, or was it just the people sitting at the tables? That,
I think at the end, they'll ask if anybody has, you know, any comments. And if they don't, I will stop them. And I'll say, hey, we got people back here that want to talk. If you want to talk, I mean, if they ask you, would you have something to say to them? What you said to me, you know, why you're here.
No, because I don't really want it to be in front of the school board, really. I kind of just I want to square it out with Shannon, with the superintendent first. Like because then, you know, kind of chain of command deal, like the coordinator that I'm working with, like, he doesn't know what he doesn't know either. And he's definitely looking at me to be like, what do we need to do? And then so then next in line is Shannon, and, you know, once me and Shannon either, you know, get on the same page or we don't, if we don't, then definitely it's the school board I'll have to talk to be, I'll have to get on the agenda, come in here and tell them that, you know, we tried to resolve, you know, some issues, we haven't, we might need some help. Yeah. Yeah, I don't, they want to do it right, that's all. That's all I've ever told these guys since the beginning, is I want to do it right, I don't want to just
Yeah, there's no really requirement.
half-ass anything or, you know, do it in a twisted about way either.
right.
Well, and like I said, when he brought it up, Brittany didn't even know, she asked what that was about, she didn't even know. So I gave her just a quick little synopsis of that program that we have to sign off on annually every year. That was it.
I know.
So I don't think they even know anything about it.
And he's like, and I'm guessing you guys are here to sign that paperwork, one of you guys?
Yeah, he was kind of told that by Kent earlier today, is that, because that's what we talked about when the DocuSign wasn't available, there wasn't an option on that document. And I guess it's something we kind of have to physically do so that we can scan it and email it or something.
How many kids are we dealing with?
Right, as of October this year, sitting right around 56, 57.
56, 57. All ages,
Yep, that's kindergarten through high school, through seniors. So.
Are you having problems with the school system? They are?
Oh, yeah. Attendance is bad for some of them. Academics is, you know, it's a struggle for some, but, you know.
Social.
Social?
I mean, are they accepted? Do they get along? Do the kids pick on them? Or?
Normal everyday kid stuff, middle school stuff, for sure. Normal everyday kid things, middle school things where, you know, some kids get picked on. I mean, it's not because of their culture or heritage, really. It's just, yeah, it's just their daily
Kids
thing.
are, yeah. But I think having the program really gives them a sense of belonging.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, so what we've done this year with that, we've hung up tribal flags in our school building. They're painting a mural as we speak to hang in the school. So I've done a couple of demonstrations in the gym in front of the school kids and everything. So they've seen a lot of things. They really, you know, like it, and they kind of want to see more and do more. So, you know, everybody's been receptive of it, and, you know, there's one or two in the crowd that always have something to say, but you'll get that everywhere. So it's nothing to worry about.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it's been a good year and a half. I'm trying to build. It's just good. Can't stop now. I got to keep going. So, but yeah, we just kind of want to. We want to figure out how this is all working and everything, so we can figure out how we want to, you know, come to the table about it and everything, and get it all put out so that we can operate.
Well, if you would get one of the school board members and tell them what you've been telling me, get them on your side. They'll run interference for you, you know. If there's one of them that lives around you or that you know or have some, you know, can get them in and teach them and tell them what's going on. I mean, if I were on school board, I'd do that, really, you know.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
Too old.
I think you put a lot of good knowledge and experience up there. Like you said, they're a little young, so.
I don't know. I was on school board in Moorhead for 6 years, for 2 terms. And teachers didn't like us, principals didn't like us, parents didn't like it. Nobody likes you when you're on school board, really. Oh, yeah.
You're doing and making, you know, discussion about things nobody wants to deal with, right?
We didn't want to deal with it either. Didn't have much choice, you know.
So Haley has to turn in her dance outfit.
Hopefully she's got that all cleaned and ready.
Oh, mommy did it for her. Well, she went ice fishing. How'd ice fishing go?
Terrible.
What?
I mean, no, sorry. It went absolutely amazing. Terrible thing was I never even got a deal. So
Really?
only thing that made my pole go down is the minnow I had on there in my dead stick. No, my son, my oldest son, he caught a couple of fish. He caught a couple of bass and nice northern that we thought had him on the leaderboard and everything down there, but smallmouth bass.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good looking fish.
Took my kid ice fishing, so
Proud of it.
yeah.
Did he eat it?
No, we
Threw it back?
yeah.
Oh.
Bass, we haven't eaten a lot of bass and not a lot of northern because I don't like dealing with bones, but yeah, if we caught some walleye, I would have brought some of them home.
In the river, catch, not bullheads, but catfish.
Yeah.
And catfish are good to eat.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll throw them back, you know, it's an ugly old fish, you know, but they're good to eat, so.
Okay.
And they reproduce pretty quick.
So you said Haley went ice fishing?
Yep, she went ice fishing.
When did she do that? Today?
She left, Saturday morning,
Okay.
and she came back Sunday morning.
I'll ask her about that tomorrow.
She didn't leave the freaking cabin.
Well, what do you mean?
They all were supposed to walk down, the cabin's on the ice, or, you know, on the shore of the ice, and she was supposed to walk down to the ice house. She never went down there. Not even stepped 1 foot on that ice.
I'll have to ask her how many fish she caught then.
Mhm.
They couldn't give me a walk
No?
on it.
It was a gorgeous, gorgeous
It
day.
was
She should have been
amazing.
out there.
I can go over to Georgetown, you go around behind Georgetown, there's a little bridge, you can fish off that bridge, and you can catch all the catfish you want. And you don't have to walk.
Did you grow up ice fishing at all?
You know, 100 years ago I did. And it scares me every time. I do that. It's not right.
Walking on frozen water.
That's not right, no. The people, they go through, you know, and the cars are at the bottom, and I don't wanna do that, I want my car on top.
So just keep it off the water. It's the safest place for it.
I don't like that.
I thought maybe okay, so when do fish houses have to be off in the state of Minnesota?
I don't know the hard date, but yeah, with this warm up coming, I bet you it's gonna be pretty darn soon.
February, March usually.
Oh yeah, the first week of March maybe.
I told Haley, I said, this is your last opportunity to get on the ice. She's like, it's all right.
Yeah, that was my only time going out this year. over the last 2 years, my son and I have accumulated everything we need for ice fishing. Augers, poles, like all kinds of bait and everything. Pop-ups and heaters and, yeah, we went out a lot last year, but with me taking this basketball coaching job, like, it was a heck of a lot more busy than I thought, so.
Well, you're gonna have to find closer lakes,
Yeah,
because then it's just half-day trips or, you know.
yeah. Yeah, we have done resident license for Minnesota, and me and him have gone last year a lot more, you know, right over here.
You need to get some connections.
I don't know any connections to give you a good license.
What do you do for a living?
I worked as, I was a paraprofessional here for 6 years. This is the first year as a cultural liaison for American Indian Education.
Do you have a degree? We have 3 colleges.
Yep.
10-minute drive. Moorhead State
Yep.
will let you in and get you some classes, and you gotta get a degree. I get a paper that says smart,
So,
That's all it is, yeah.
yeah,
and they would love to have you. They need the students over there.
I know, we need the students here too.
How do I know that? I used to work there.
MSUM?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right, get everybody here, we'll reopen the meeting, and we'll go on to number 10, board comments and future agenda items. Next board meeting is Monday, March 10th, 2025 at 6 o'clock here in the Glendon Media Center. And then following that will be the budget committee meeting, that date obviously, and here in the Glendon Media Center.
Do we want to move the budget?
Yes.
I'm gone and Shannon's gone and I'm on
Oh,
that.
yeah, that probably is.
We're gonna have to move that for sure,
Yeah.
because I need to be in that one.
Are we sure that next week is a 6 o'clock start?
I was just gonna say, the March 10th is at
5.
5 o'clock, okay. So, to the public, the next board meeting will be Monday, March 10th at 5 PM with no committee meeting following.
Correct.
All right. That gets us to number 11, adjournment. This is the motion to adjourn the regular meeting. Do I have a motion? Motion by Laura, do I have a second? Angela? Second by Angela. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor will go to roll call. Nicole?
Aye.
Troy? Aye. Laura? David, aye.
Aye.
Brittany, aye. Aye. Mike, aye. Angela?
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned.
Have a good week.
Yes.